Well, hello there, YouTube. On my the Smokes channel the other day, I made mention as I was pulling my stuff out of the back of the Element after a crazy rainy ride home. Said I will do what's in my bag. This is my daily carry, and I scale this down when I ride the motorcycles. I scale it down a bit and use a Ogio or Ogio, however you want to pronounce it, um, bag, and I carry just the essentials that I need. So we'll start on the outside here first. Got weird things like knives, easy to access knives that are nice and sharp. Always worry somebody's going to come up and grab the thing and take me out with it. This is like a 3500 or 4000 milliamp charger that's solar, and it's one of those ones that's got a flashlight on it and that kind of crap. Got USB ports. Got two USBs and then one mini USB for or micro USB for charging if you need to charge it. But you can see whenever that green light's on, it's actually taking a charge from these fluorescent lights. Paracord things, I got a couple of those. And this one's I forget how many feet it is, but it's quite long. On the other side, another paracord sitting over here, like one of these little multi-tool. It's like a spork and can opener and little wrench things. I've used that when I forgot utensils for lunch multiple times. Easy access. There's not a zipper that's going to snag on me. Is my beloved G7X that I film most stuff on nowadays, with its little windsock hoodie that stays on there unless I'm using it, and then the bag it's just empty. A Joby, one of these flexible tripods, fantastic, works good as a vlogging camera as well. Actually, when I use the Sony Alpha 6000, that's how I do it. Spin it around when you're looking forward and spin it back at you, and then you can wrap it around. I mean, these things are flexible, they'll grab a hold of anything. Alright, on the outside, little charging brick. This is actually a Kodak one for one of my little vloggy cameras, and then it's the 30 pin with the lightning adapter, and you can use the brick for whatever, but this is just like a multi iOS tool that I keep it in. Business cards, earbuds, some Apple ones. There's some other trinkly. I think there's a little thing of change sitting down there somewhere. That stays on the outside. And then the first main quarters is right here. If I'm pointing this down enough. More business cards. All kinds of little trinky things like business cards are in there. Another multi-tool, a little guppy, a little wrench and knife and little blades. Has its own little flashlight as well in here somewhere. A really useful tool. Got a little carabiner on there so you can attach it real quick. iPhone holder that'll hold a 6 Plus or a like a Note. Little lenses for the iPhone. My wallet. Trinkety things. I've got a couple of different. There's another one sitting in there, but these are lock picks, and these have saved me like at work getting in my toolbox and stuff like that, because I'm a Goomba and will forget my my keys at times, and just little trinket things like that sitting down in there. My keys, a crazy. I actually started carrying this thing around for putting backrest on spider seats because it was skinny, and you got to sink this thing down to put this bracket. You got to cut through the foam in the seat, and it's just been left in my bag ever since. I just carry it with me. It's weird. It's got the this thing will actually cut like a clothes hanger. It's got a wire cutter, the what they commonly refer to as a seat belt cutter in there, but it's just a cheap knife from what is that, Big Five or something like that, Sporting Goods. A couple of different tripods. Another one of those. Oh, here's another, or a flashlight, very very powerful flashlight, by a Jet Beam, and it's got the what you call it on the back, for breaking glass, stainless steel, really bright, goes a long ways, and lasts quite a while. Another one of those Joby style. This is not a Joby brand, but it's that style. And I usually have a GoPro end on this. I don't know where that's at. And what do we got down here? Another very powerful, quite spendy, I might add also, battery pack. This thing's durable as all heck. Kind of the same deal. It's got USB for plugging in and charging. It's got a micro USB, which works great on things like Android devices, and then of course the USB on the end. And somewhere in here I have a this is the one that was chewed up in the box. This is that Joby iPhone stand, and it just works as a little tripod, and put an iPhone or a note size device in there, and a little bag of batteries. I used to carry this on my hip all the time. This is one of those it's a pen, pencil, stylus. Another powerful Streamlight. I don't know if this is actually a Streamlight or it's a LED lenser. That's made by the same people, and it's a rechargeable flashlight. My lovely Leatherman Charge. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this thing. This is the MacGyver knife of all MacGyver knives. Fantastic blades, not cheap at all. It's a S30V or whatever. I used to know what all that meant. I mean, it's got files and serrated and whatever the hell you call those things, blades. And they're all locking blades on it. And then inside you got all these different, all the way down to a pair of scissors and little miniature knives, or screwdrivers, larger ones. Got the typical, what do they call that thing that you can open up a can with? And then a larger one, and then a set of blades. I've got all the common Torque and Allens and Phillips in here. And I've got another card with I've actually got 3 of these cards, but this is the most common ones that you'll use, that I keep with me all the time. And like I say, everything locks on this. Everything locks down. Fan-freaking-tastic knife. So that stays in there. And iPhone, I think it's a 128 gig iPhone 5S. I keep it with me in case the Note 5 or whatever iOS phone I'm carrying at the time, should I have some weird issue and I still need the phone, I've got that. Yeah, it's just I think there's only a couple. That bag's usually full of batteries. Another set of headphones floating down there, some Advil. Yeah, it's just headphones and Advil is all that was left. Anyway, I'm gonna flip this back in here right quick. Take me 2 shakes. Get my iPhone back in there. My little guppy sits over here. And you'd be surprised. It may look like a a cluster F of a bag, but you'll be surprised how often I'm using what's in this bag. It's a really old tripod. You have no idea how old that thing is. I mean, it's got to be, geez, by now it's got to be about 20 years old. I've got my battery thing sitting in the wrong direction. It's supposed to be sideways. There we are. And then my new little iPhone tripod. It's really cool how this thing, it just kind of folds together to collapse. There we are. And then very easily slips in a little pocket. Okay. So there's their external stuff. We'll kick in the bottom here right quick. This is part of the CompuTrekker. A Note or a Nexus 7, the HD edition or 2013 edition. My iPad. Keep the old handy dandy iPad, and I always make sure that, you know, they've got some batteries. That one's 86%. Probably haven't charged it in who knows how long. And then inside here, I've got a whole, literally every little connection you can think of. Little USB 3.0 flash drives. I think that's a 64 gig. Yeah, 64. Even got some old ones. Some things like the updates on the Harley nav system. You can't have a USB 3.0 drive. You know, stylus for devices. These little multi connection. You know, take a compact flash, micro USB, all kinds of things. iOS things for hooking up to iPads and stuff for transferring pictures and videos and stuff like that. Unlock the sides here. That one always sticks under the camera bag. And back here, tons of memory cards, and even got batteries for cameras I don't even carry anymore. I've got rolls of film, an assortment of cables. I see a GoPro lanyard sitting inside there. There's just a bunch of trinket little things, but just more of that kind of stuff. A little bag full of every cable, you know, different microphones, you know, that oh, that's one of the cables. Really high quality sensitive microphone for iOS. But tons of cables, extension cords, real expensive Sony microphones, all kinds of stuff like that. It's kind of my cable, recording cable stuff. Back here, why the Hero 4 style case. I'm missing a camera here. I'm seeing somewhere. It's around here somewhere. And I got an assortment of backs, tons of backs, so I can use whatever back on a camera. Oh man, I got tons of backs in there. And a GoPro. This is the newest GoPro LCD that you can use on the Hero 4 Black, or from Hero 3 all the way up to the 4 Black. And this is the extra battery for a Hero 3 through 4. Oh, I had it right the first time. I don't think it really matters which way that's in there. But anyway, those oh, that was right. What do I got sitting right here? There's assortment of cables. This is a really super nice prime lens for my my Sony Alpha 6000. It's a 19 millimeter, which I think that works out to about 35 millimeters with a 1.6 crop. Really nice. So 1.8. It's not super fast, but really sharp lens. Fantastic lens, but it's not optically stabilized. So USB extension cord, GoPro cords, Hero 4 session cord with a micro USB, um, Hero 4 Session head headband, a 30-pin iPad, a higher amperage charger, just an accessory one from Belkin. And of course, with this, you can swap out put the adapter, and it's USB, so you can put whatever in there. Down below that is a nice microfiber, higher end one. This is my new 3-inch little stubby that I use on the G7X Canon. This is my smart remote. This is another one of my the older remotes. I've got tons of these things. The smart one's the one I use all the time. My Sony Alpha 6000. This is one of those Mega Gear, Mega Gear bags, and it's kind of like fake leather, and kind of gives it that old-fashioned camera look, but it protects the camera really well. But that's my Alpha 6000. I keep that in there, and this thing pops off. It disassembles. You can take the camera out by itself really easily. I keep that in there. I keep all this in the bag. It just keeps dust, because sometimes I have the bag open at work or wherever I'm at, and things that I'm not using. That's why, like, things are in bags. It just keeps the dust out. You don't want dust getting inside your sensors, inside your lenses, whatever. Couple of batteries for the Sony Alpha 6000, couple of spare ones. So that sits in like that. The older remote. And always put your remotes against something flat, because the buttons can get pushed. And you go to pull that remote out and you need it, and it's dead. This is my Hero 4 Black, set up in the Cena Bluetooth backpack. It stays like this. Still has a polarizer lens on it. This is my Hero 4 Silver, Hero 4 Silver in the blackout case, and keep a lens protector over it so the buttons don't get pushed while it's sitting in the back. And I gutted out the side of it, so it's like a skeleton case, so I can get my cards out, and of course plug the mics in and whatnot. So that stays there. And again, I keep them in bags to keep them dust free and whatnot. A Canon G15, fan freaking tastic camera. I mean, an incredible camera. It's a small sensor, but very, very clear, very sharp, very adjustable. I mean, this thing's got every manual control you can think of. Fan freaking tastic camera. There's a new one out, the G16, and it's now Wi-Fi enabled. This one, the 15 is the same as the 16, with the exception of not being Wi-Fi enabled. And my little Sony batteries always push out. A charger for the G15, the SX50HS, and another camera I'm going to get to here in a second. My Olympus digital recorder, very, very, very clear recorder for the price. This charger, actually, for a camera I don't even carry it with me. This was for the ELPH 300HS. I don't even carry that camera. And what do we got here? Oh, this is a wireless remote. I can use any Canon camera and trigger a remote at a distance, and I don't even carry a flash with me anymore, so I really don't even have to have that with me. Inside here is a ton. It's just full. Another little miniature tripod, but it's full of GoPro stuff. Just mounts, bar mounts, clamps, you name it, it's in there. And here's a bag you guys ought to be familiar with. This is the bag I keep all my GoPro batteries and memory cards in. Always had that in my backpack. This is a new cell phone holder. Oh, I put that phone away. But anyway, really nice holder for filming. You can hold the phone. It works really, really well. And it's got nice soft clamps, and it's a screw style clamp, and it'll fit, full size phablet phones. Really, really nice. This is a wide angle lens for phones, and this will work on a Apple and other brand phones. It just simply clamps on over the lens, and then it's got soft tips on the clamp and on the back where it attaches to the camera. And you can also unscrew this lens, and it becomes a macro lens. Together, it makes a wide angle lens. But it's a light reducer, though. It does absorb a lot of light, which is typical when you get too much glass in the way there. This is one. It's like that Sony mic that's in the bag there, but it comes with a furry on it, and it's a Chinese replica. This works really good on an iPhone or just about anything. I got it when I was using the Hero 2. It plugged because it had the 3.5 millimeter plug-in. But anyway, it's just a furry mic. And then, of course, you got to have the pole. I've got tons of GoPro poles, and it's just it's a quarter 20 screw, so you can I could even screw one. I could screw this to the end of it. Anything that it's a standard tripod screw or thread, whatever. This is the new Zoom IQ7 microphone. It's got all these crazy adjustments to it. I was using that today. Really high quality. Some filters. Got a selection of polarizers and stuff inside there. Really nice to have a filter case. And I don't use this very much, but I love this camera. It has a few quirks, but I actually like it because it's actually quirky. Close-ups and stuff are tough, but got a fully adjustable lens. This is the G1X Canon, and it's got a 1.5 inch sensor on it, which is just shy of APC, which is the size of that. Phenomenal camera. Its only flaws is close-ups and speed, especially in low light. Its low light speed, shot to shot, is really slow. But you're talking full SLR quality images that come out of this thing. It's pretty incredible. Really, really nice camera. And it's been updated too. Now it's the G1X2, which is a much nicer camera. Has an optical viewfinder, which the lens is always in the way. But a phenomenal camera, built like a brick outhouse. And this is another one of those Mega Gear cases. And it's got that Velcro-y, or what do you call it? That shit. What's the word for it? Not suede. I hate that when a name won't come to you. It's kind of like that suede stuff, but they call it something. I forget what the hell it is. I think I put this on the end. That sits in here like that. Yeah, let's just throw this stuff back here right quick so we don't get too distracted. You guys can see how I put everything in here. I have my little ways. It sits in the back like so. This, I've actually got the camera in here backwards, but that's alright. Need to get this in here. It sits next to the filter, slips down in there. That's the strap for that. So it went over that. This sits down further because this fills a little gap like so. Another remote, and I keep these things charged. My the Hero 4 Black with the Session audio pack on the back. This is the waterproof case for that. This is the furry mic for my Sony Alpha 6000, phenomenal mic. Really, the windsock on this thing works phenomenally well. And the mic opens up so they spin out and you get a nice wide range, and then it becomes very centered when you point it that way. So far, when I turn the camera away from me, my voice all but disappears. It's a pretty expensive little mic from Sony. There's a camera I'm missing here, and oh, I know where it's at. It's in the house. It's attached to my gimbal. I was missing the... Oh my God! Look, here's even another remote. I'm telling you, I got these things everywhere. And oh, this is the old style. This is for the Hero 3s. This is the old style skeleton case. I haven't bought the Hero 4 skeleton case yet. That's the old style, and I just mimic that hole in the blackout case for my mics and stuff, and this hole, I guess, just for air or whatever. But you guys used to ask me all the time, what am I holding on to when I'm riding down the road on my iron? That's what I'm holding on to. And the DR, because I get bugs and stuff will hit the lens on the camera. And while I'm getting to my riding point, I carry it in that. And this is just a strap for it's for a bicycle helmet, but it works good for other things too, so I carry it with me. There again, you want this against a flat spot where a button can get pushed. And that sits in the back like so. Now what's the string going to? Oh, I use this. This is the case I use when I put one of the GoPros in camera mode, and this is just a lanyard, and just default the camera or the GoPro to camera mode, and it shoots very well. And I had this just kind of sitting on top. I didn't really have a good spot for this thing. I remember kind of throwing it in there willy-nilly one day, and she's set like that ever since. So the black or the silver goes that way, the black goes this way. This sits on there like so, and that is what's in my daily carry bag. And everything in there, some of the stuff, like the remote or the wireless trigger for Canon flashes. If I have the flashes with me, it works great. And the G15, the G1X, of course, any Canon SLR, that thing works on it. And it works really good. Even though it's infrared, in certain over bright conditions, you can have limitations. I mean, there's much better technologies for remote flashes nowadays. A lot of them use the flash of the camera to trigger remotes, which is a little more reliable. And one last thing, put my little Joby on here. And like I said in the video, this is the CompuTrekker all-weather. Don't look for it. It doesn't exist anymore unless you can find it used. This bag is probably about 12 years old, and I told you guys it makes like this like ripping sound every time you pick it up. It has done that since day one, and nothing has come apart on it, other than Abby chewing the thing off of it. And you can see where she went to town on it. And the actually took it off of this one, but it did have the little crossover, the sternum strap. She chewed the sternum trap. Yeah. Oh, there's the one piece. Oh, it's still there. It just doesn't have the end on it anymore. She chewed it off. So when I walk with it, I have it over my right shoulder, and I kind of put my thumb through there, and it gives me a purchase on the backpack. And the backpack underneath, I'm not going to pull it out because it's such a SOB to put back on. But underneath here, Velcroed, is a waterproof bag that completely covers the backpack. So you can, if it's really pouring, you can put that on as you're walking along. We got a tangle up here. Oh, there we are. Anyway, that is what I carry every single day. All my goodies are in there, and I don't do a lot of stuff with flash stuff anymore. If it requires a flash, I'll find a fixed light of some sort. If I know it's something, some kind of portrait type thing, I'll either bring some photography lights with me, or I'll grab a couple of the Canon flashes and some stands and use them. And I almost always trigger them remotely, whether I'm holding it in my hand. I never put it in the hot shoe on the camera, ever. For my SLRs, I got the bracket things that hold them off to the side, where you want it as far away from the lens as possible. But I usually hold them in my hand, and my hand, I can bounce it, I can do whatever I need to do with it. And I got all the different reflector things that go over that slip onto the speed lights and stuff like that. But very seldom do I use flash for anything. With cameras nowadays like the G1X, the Sony Alpha 6000, and even I haven't played a lot with photography on the G7X, but some of the pictures I've taken with it, pretty impressive. But if I was going to take photographs, I would use the Alpha 6000 or one of my SLRs. I've got another bag that's about this wide and probably about this tall. It's easily twice the size of this, and it's full of speed lights, camera bodies and camera lenses and stuff like that. If you guys enjoyed this, maybe I'll do a bag, what's in my bag, what's in my professional bag, I guess I could say. This is my my kind of on-the-go bag. Got enough stuff to handle just about any situation, but if I'm going to a photo shoot, which as you guys heard, I do that very, very few and far between anymore. One of these days I'll go in the whole reason why I don't do that anymore. It became a job, and I was warned beforehand, don't take something you love and turn it into a job. It can destroy it. But it doesn't stop me from shooting still, but I don't share them as much. It's more internal family stuff. Like I'll be doing both of my daughter's weddings, and I'll be pulling all that stuff out for that. And I'll probably, I was thinking about that, I'll probably video those things as well. But I need to practice, because it's been 2 or 3 years since I did my last wedding. And still to this day I get emails, and I have to turn them down. I'm not going to do it anymore. It's just not going to do it. I'll go into that one of these days. But anyway, there you are. If you like this and you want to see the pro bag, we can do this one more time for you guys that are interested. But that's been if you're looking at bags, do not overlook low pro. Do not bypass GoPro bags. I'm telling you, they're not dog resistant, I can tell you that. But man, if you had any idea the miles this thing has traveled, where it's gone, and what it's been through, you'd be surprised. And literally the only failure was not a failure. It was destruction by a dog. If there was a failure, the GoPro, you can see it, the Velcro is starting to get weak up here. But it never completely lets go. It just gets to where, you'll see the Velcro kind of sneaking out where the pad, it just doesn't hold like it used to. But anyway, that's it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll see you now.